Hi, I'm Ren.
I'm Sam.
I'm Tosh,
And
we're
we're
the
the
T
T-Swift
Swift
sisters.
sisters.
Welcome back to the T-Swift Sisters podcast, a Taylor Swift fan podcast for Swifties by Swifties. In today's episode, we're breaking down the Golden Globes, discussing the possibility of new Taylor Swift songs, and taking a deep look at the merch store. Here's this week's Swift Scoop. Okay, so first things first today is definitely recapping the disaster that was the opening of awards season. What the heck happened? It was just, there was so much going on. And I think where we actually need to start is Taylor's appearance on the red carpet. First of all, I didn't know that that green, I didn't know that it was giving winter. It's definitely not like a winter carpet color. But I think that's also kind of the message behind the dress, which is what had everybody going crazy and the big debate of, is it a rep dress or is it a debut dress? So before I share the results of the poll that we took on our Instagram, I want to talk to you guys about it first. What are we thinking?
I think because of the fabric choice, the texture of it, that it's giving rep.
Okay, the actual, the glitter-ish kind of thing?
Yeah, I feel like it's not giving snake skin, but it's that just shimmery. Yeah, it's kind of textured and shimmery. And so I think for that reason, and because it was the green that reminds me of a snake, I think it's more rep than debut.
So, when you first saw the picture, your immediate thought was, reputation.
Absolutely. Debut actually didn't cross my mind.
Okay.
What about you, Sam?
Yeah. Literally same as Tosh. Debut did not cross my mind at all, but also because I'm boring and all I can think of is Rep TV. But funny enough, when I showed the picture to someone else, they're like, oh, but thinking like a snake, I would think a darker color, a darker shade. I'm like, yeah, but also the snake emoji is,
kind of color,
that green, right? So that's just what popped in my mind.
Yeah, that's why I'm thinking the actual fit of the dress as well is giving snake, the very thin, tight. I got that. For me, it was debut. I don't know, I opened the picture, I look at it and I'm like, that green is literally I could not think of anything other than the green and the blue from debut. It just took me back there. It was an unlocked core memory kind of thing. Super weird. I really, really want to believe that it's rep, but I was she also knows exactly what she's doing because she just unleashed this confusion on the fandom of what the heck is she wearing? What's coming next, right? Because it's not just the dress and to the world, it's just a dress that Taylor Swift looks amazing in, which she's going to look amazing in any dress. But to us, it's what are you trying to tell us?
Mm-hmm. And also for the reason that you said, green is not a color that's a thing right now. So there's definitely a reason behind her choice.
Oh, for sure. 100%. And she's not often photographed in green. It's very rare that we see Taylor in green. The top moments that I can picture her in green are this dress now. The folklore green dress that she only brought out once every blue moon kind of thing. I don't know. I just I was not expecting to see it, but I definitely think that it means something is on the horizon for her. Mm-hmm. And it kind of plays into where our episode today is going because today's episode is so debut and rep coded. It's just a little bit of both. I don't know. I think we have a lot of things in store for 2024, and Taylor wearing that outfit is very much saying are you ready for it? Literally. Because also our theories have we've discussed the possibility of getting both albums this year or at least an announcement this year. So it's kind of also solidifying that. I don't know. I don't know. I do want to share the response from our listeners and our peeps on Instagram. So when I saw the picture and I thought debut, I was like, okay, debut. And then I was like, rep. And then I was like, whatever, I'm just being crazy. I opened Twitter and everybody's arguing about debut or rep. And I was like, okay, so I'm not that crazy. Like I definitely fit in here somewhere. So I was like, let's poll the peeps. 72% of voters said the dress was giving rep. So that's definitely, you know, a given. And 28% of voters said the dress was giving debut. Looking back on like my polling, I really do wish that I would have asked like a both option, because I would have really been curious to see who thought that it was not giving just one album, but like the secret message of both. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think it's definitely like the dress had its moment. It was shocking. It's definitely an Easter egg that we have yet to crack and decode. Sorry, Sammy. I didn't mean to bring you into that.
Decode. I'd also be interested, like, I just feel like Rep TV has been on our minds a lot. And like, because of the article for Person of the Year and everything, like, Rep is in our head. So maybe that's why it initially was just like a Rep dress. But I'd be interested if like it was like equal Easter eggs for debut and Rep, equal like attention for both, what we would have thought when we saw it.
Yeah, maybe. And maybe it's that she has been leaving debut Easter eggs and we haven't seen them because we've been so focused on Rep that we just like can't pay attention to anything else, and we can't process that like debut is also coming. That's like, that could be a thing. I don't know. But I like when we get into the second story of today, we'll talk a little bit more about it, because and I think when you look at like the what was it? The music video for Karma with the thumbs and the painted fingernail and the clock and everything, that's kind of like the biggest thing that's telling us Rep is coming in February, or at least what people are speculating. But I wonder if there's a possibility that debut could be first, because we also keep saying she takes back her name and her reputation. And when you say it in that order, the name comes first. All she has left to take back is her name and her reputation. So I'm wondering, does she take back her name first and then her reputation as a whole? But that's just me going like super off the rails. I don't know.
That could be super iconic as well.
It could be iconic. It could
leaving Rep last.
Especially because everybody wants it so bad. Like, how powerful of her would it be to be like, everybody's like, okay, Taylor's announcing Rep February, whatever. Does Taylor Swift know she's announcing it today? Blah, blah, all the hype. And then she gets there and she's like, it's debut.
Yeah. I just feel like because she started at Fearless, though, like there's a reason why, like I feel like there's a reason why she skipped debut, and I feel like it's a good like last like just like closing of re-records.
I agree.
But like she might do that just to mess with us, because she would love to do that, I feel like.
And because we're so desperate.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll take anything, but
no, literally. Okay, so keeping on track with the Golden Globes, I think we definitely need to talk about the literal worst joke in the history. Honestly, it wasn't even the worst one, because the worst one was the fact that this man, Joe Coy, also made fun of the Barbie movie, ? He said that the Barbie movie is a movie about girls with big boobies, as if like the Barbie movie wasn't already like a message to people everywhere. Like yeah. So he opens the Golden Globes by saying the big difference between the Golden Globes and the NFL. At the Golden Globes, we have fewer camera shots of Taylor Swift. And of course, what does the camera do but none other than pan to Taylor Swift, who had a reaction, like, and her reaction was the no reaction, right? It was like not the fake laugh, like the smile. It was like, I'm going to keep my mouth shut and I'm going to drink my drink and like,
yeah.
What do we think about, like, why are we still taking stabs like this in 2024?
Because it's lazy and it's to get a reaction at this point. The same with Barbie. It's overplayed.
Right.
Like pinpointing something that was obviously sending like the complete opposite message. So, it's just an opportunity for writers to, make a headline, get some attention because he was going to flop either way. Sorry, Joe Coy.
No,
Boy,
he wanted
did
to
he
just
make a
use
headline though.
Right. I mean, he did it on purpose. He wanted to just use her name because we would be talking about it on our pod. You know what I mean? Like it would make people talk about it. So
Yeah.
it's bad fame, but he's probably tasteless, so it's fine.
I mean, somebody said something yesterday that I was like 100 million% true. Like nobody had ever heard who Joy Coy was.
No, who is this person?
Coy was, I don't even know how to say his name until he made this like awful comment about Taylor Swift. And like maybe that's why he did it. He was like, Taylor Swift put Travis Kelce on the map. Maybe this comment needs to put me on the map too. But like, sir, it is 2024. Like, take a step back, listen to You're on Your Own, Kid. The jokes weren't funny. Listen to the man. Like, if Taylor Swift was a man, we would not be having this conversation. Her name would not be in your mouth.
Right. I'm not surprised.
Yeah, there was so much. And then the other headlines that were circulating was that, oh, Taylor Swift was so mad that she lost to Barbie for her Cinematic Box Office Achievement Award that she left early. Like, there was an entire article about it. And I read the article because I'm like, let's see what's like happening here, because 99% of these articles are always false. And actually, the article actually said what she did, but that she had to use the restroom. She literally went to use the restroom and watched the rest of the show backstage and then left 15 minutes before the whole thing wrapped up. But of course, it had to be a headline that Taylor Swift was so mad that she lost, even though she
had to pee.
Yeah, that she had to pee. That she started the standing ovation for Barbie. Like,
right. Yeah.
She's America's Barbie. Why would she be mad about a phenomenon that brought us all together in the same way that the Eras Tour did?
Right.
Also, she's at the Golden Globes competing against Barbie and Oppenheimer. Like, I'm sure she's very well aware of who her competition is. Like, they obviously, everyone deserves to be there, right? So she's not going to be upset when she's, entering the field of, actors and actresses and, screenwriters and all that. Like, this just reminds me of like when she was, seeing and the ridiculous, crazy headlines that were coming out, like, oh, they're in love, they're ready to take it to the next step. Like, I'm convinced it's just to get a reaction out of us at this point. Like, I do not give them the time of day. I'm like, all right, this is stupid. Moving on.
Yeah.
It's so crazy.
Do better, Joe Coy. Do better.
Yeah. Do better. Do better. Like, publications that were posting about Taylor Swift leaving because she was mad. Like, just keep her name out.
Anywho.
Anyway,
that was like a kickoff to the award season, because we also had the Emmys yesterday. Now coming up, we have the Grammys, we have the Oscars. I don't know when the Tonys are, so I guess we're just bypassing the Tonys this season. Taylor's not involved. We're good. But yeah, I wanted to talk about it because it was so disastrous and like, again, dragging Miss Tay for no reason. But speaking of the Eras Tour film, I just wanted to throw in a little additive that I saw today. The Eras Tour film grossed already, like the gross whatever sum that it's made, higher than the entire 1989 World Tour. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Just the film alone. That's crazy. Yep. Fun little tidbit that I found out today. Just wanted to share with the class.
That just shows how, like, it's hard to fathom that, like, to us, she's been the biggest superstar, like, our whole life. Like, she was always that for us. But, like, that puts it into perspective of, like, how much she's grown, like, in the world, in society. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. It always honestly makes me think, like, so upset, like, damn, I should have gotten better tickets when they were, like, cheap.
When our moms were buying them for us.
Right.
Okay, so moving on, and also kind of staying with the theme of going back in time. This one is a little, like, it just needed to be talked about on the pod tonight. According to Tay Dua Nation, which is a Taylor Swift and Dua Lipa fan account on Twitter or X, a series of titles of songs created by Taylor Swift have recently been re-registered on the GEMA database. So just for a little background, because I didn't know what GEMA is, you can kind of do some deductive reasoning, but we'll just share that it's like a German organization that kind of represents the rights of musicians. So it's all that stuff with the royalties and the trademarks and the licensing. So I guess when like artists are going to distribute a song, they go through this process. And then there's Swifties out there who are just techie enough or like musically inclined enough that they can pick out like when Taylor is doing stuff like that, you know, just tech these days. But the titles of the songs are Didn't They, Don't Hate Me for Loving You, Honey Baby, and You'll Always Find Your Way Back Home.
Goosebumps.
I know. We have those, but I'm like a little bit question mark. Where is I'd Lie, Crazier, I Heart question mark, Beautiful Eyes, you know, like what Dark Blue Tennessee? Where are all these songs? And do you think that these are debut songs? Or like, I know You'll Always Find a Way Back Home is definitely a debut song, but like, do you think these maybe could be rep vault tracks? Because we have more than just these songs.
The titles that you just shared are giving debut.
They're giving debut, but the second list of titles that I'm going to share are so much more debut coded that I'm like, okay, these Honey Baby, I feel like could maybe be a rep song. I don't know.
What I'm confused about, and I don't know if this is like digging too deep, is that it says that these songs have been re-registered.
Yes.
AKA like they've been registered before?
Yeah. I don't know because I personally, like You'll Always Find Your Way Back Home 100%. We know that that was registered because that's a Hannah Montana song originally from the Hannah Montana movie. So that makes sense as re-registered. These other songs, maybe in the music process, like you still register the songs and then when the album's getting created, you cut kind of thing. Like vault tracks, right? So we know that the vault tracks, like let's say there were 20 songs, but only 10 songs make it. Maybe you register all 20 songs and then in the final production of the album, you just cut what's not going.
So at the tech inclined Swifties, maybe we can find out when they were originally registered because they give when maybe like what album they would belong to.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But I'm like super excited about these songs, but also like I want I'd Lie, Taylor's version.
I know. The names sound so cute though. Like I like the names so far.
Yeah. I actually, Honey Baby, definitely debut. I take it back. It's not going to be a rep song.
Okay.
Okay, so let me share the other ones. Tay Dua Nation also listed more song titles registered by Taylor Swift. These were on Arrange Me. I believe it's like the same thing with the licensing and all of that stuff, whatever. Because I think also these are the people that you have to go through to be able to get the lyrics like on the website. So when you search like Taylor Swift lyrics, whatever, there's a whole process. So these are Check Out This View, Nevermind, Rain Song, Stupid Boy, Who I've Always Been, $10 and a six-pack. This is my personal favorite. Sweet Tea and God's Graces.
Oh, that's definitely Reputation.
Yeah.
Look at You Like That, and Love They Haven't Thought of Yet. But this is also going back to like earlier in the episode when I was saying like, could there be a possibility that debut comes first?
That's true.
We have all of these supposed debut vault tracks. Like, is it because it's coming first?
What if they're just like mixed? Maybe like they're coming like close in date and we're just like getting a cluster. I don't know.
That's what I was thinking too. I'm like, okay, maybe these don't all have to be debut. Maybe just like a few of them could be rep, but like which ones would you think would be rep from the list?
Okay, let's start taking guesses.
Okay.
I think Didn't They?
Didn't They as what? Rep?
Rep. Yeah.
Okay. What do you think, Sammy?
Hold on, I need the... Okay, Didn't They? Yeah, rep.
Okay. You know me and our notes so that we can look back on this moment.
And compare, yes.
Of course.
Okay, don't hate me for loving you. I say, let's do it. 1, 2,
Wait.
3.
Debut.
Okay, good. Okay. Honey Baby. I'll give it to you guys. It'll be debut. But when it's a rep song, I'm going to say I told you so.
Okay.
You'll always find your way back home. We know about that one already. Okay, check out this view. I feel like that one could low-key maybe be rep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds confident. I'm giving rep, like older.
Okay, I'm putting view as a shorthand.
Okay.
Never mind.
Literally could be any.
Okay, I'll put that as a slash
Or?
then. We'll do both for that one.
Okay.
A toss-up. Rain song.
Debut.
It's giving come in with the rain.
I think it's definitely debut because like Delicate is what I feel like the Reputation version of a Rain song would be, and like it has an actual name, not just Rain song.
I could vouch for that it's debut.
Is it the baby before like Midnight Rain?
Yes.
Rain song is actually the story that inspired Midnight Rain.
Midnight Rain. Got it.
Stupid Boy.
Oh.
That's so debut.
Okay. Who I've Always Been. That feels like it could be a rep song.
I'm gonna say debut.
Okay.
I vote
Tosh.
rep. I vote
Okay.
rep.
This next one, I don't know.
$10 and a 6-pack.
Rep.
I feel like it could be both though.
What of it is giving rep? Is it like
It's-
the beer from King of My Heart?
Yes, that's exactly what I was gonna say. It's like the I'm not trying to say lighthearted, but it's the like just like drinking and doing you side of rep.
Okay. Is it like the Taylor Swift calling out
Beep.
for being poor?
I mean, maybe.
Oh.
Maybe he's got $10 and a 6-pack of abs.
That's why it's rep, because it's obviously someone with a 6-pack.
What do you guys think?
So, like this 6-pack and not like this 6-pack.
Right.
I mean, like Taylor Swift wrote debut when she was like in her teens. Like, who was she hanging out with that had a 6-pack? I think
Of beer of abs.
a 6-pack of beer.
Okay.
Don't country folks start drinking early?
I think so.
It's a toss-up.
I'll leave it as a toss-up too. Okay. Sweet Tea and God's Graces.
I mean, come on.
Okay. Look at You Like That.
Ooh.
I agree.
It's giving rep.
Yep.
Okay.
What do you think, Sammy?
I said ooh because I felt like it could be an either or. It's giving rep, but it's dramatic enough, like in the title, I feel like to be a debut, but I'm saying rep. I'm saying rep.
Okay. So basically what I'm getting here is that we're saying that debut and rep are just sister albums.
Which I never thought would be said out loud.
I'm kidding. Okay, Love They Haven't Thought of Yet. That's the last one.
I'm saying debut.
I'm going to say debut for that one too.
It's
Tosh, you're quiet.
I don't know.
Ooh.
We could go debut.
Okay.
But when it's on rep.
She's such a rep fan. She has thoughts.
Rep Tosh. I can't wait for $10 and a 6-pack to be Reputation Vault Track #1. Okay, and then our last story for today. This one is just like a fun little, I don't know. Oh, actually, okay, so a perfect opportunity for us to introduce our new featured flavor / segment called Fetch or Stretch. So we're going to take a theory, something that we saw online, something that you guys submit to us, anything that we think could be a stretch as the theory, like that's never gonna happen, or it's super fetch. We're totally on board. So let's get into it. Our last story today is the merch website update. It totally has a brand new look. Midnight's era is definitely gone from it. 1989 Taylor's version is definitely gone from it. And it's kind of giving Reputation. What do you guys think? Fetch or stretch? We can't just say fetch and not get into it why we think it's a fetch or why we think it's a stretch. We definitely have to dive in. But I posted a picture here for you guys on the show notes, and I'll add it into the video version of this podcast so that if you're watching us on YouTube, you can see it now. This is what it looked like when actual Reputation was going on and the way that the merch was, all of that stuff. And then we will post a screenshot of what the merch website looks like now.
I think that when you like first click merch and it has like, you know, music shop, whatever, like it's a big deal that like this rep hoodie is like right there, like really big, not in the center, but like basically for the winter lounge shop. Like I think that's saying something.
And it's not the only rep item on the page. Did you notice that? If you look over at decor and accessory shop, that's the rep. The New Year's Day scrapbook.
Yep, hold on to the memory. Yeah, I mean, what are the odds that there's two things out of four?
Featured products. Okay, featured product, we have 1989 Taylor's version, Cruel Summer, which we know that like Taylor already owns that, Long Live Taylor's version, Fearless Taylor's version, and then Rep TV. We have the new Rep shirt.
Yeah.
Fetch or stretch? I'm gonna have to say fetch, I think.
For sure, because the Reputation shop is so different from what it's been. It was before just sitting on those Jack like leopards.
Oh yeah, the hip bag and the mug and all of that
it's
stuff.
Just that. Like obviously there wasn't anything else, and now we have something. That's fetch.
I'm looking at the featured products. Like, okay, so we see Winter Lounge Shop, Music Shop, Decor and Accessories. Then if you scroll down, featured products, and there's like a little bar of products here. So all of these products are, aside from Rep, either Taylor already owns it, as in Folklore, Evermore, or Lover. And then the other ones are Taylor's versions, but the only one that isn't is Reputation. And there's no Taylor Swift, like the album one. And question, because this also font is the font that we've seen for like the Eras Tour merch. Like that font that is her block name, Taylor Swift. That's the Eras like font.
Yeah.
Do we think that this is actually what the landing page will look like for Rep TV, or it's just like kind of a placeholder with some Easter eggs and then it'll be a whole different thing for Rep TV?
Placeholder.
Okay.
I feel like
her name. Are you asking about the name?
Like the name and the page landing in general with like the white and the black.
I feel like the font and the lettering is so key to Rep 2 because we're kind of like playing with like headlines and news articles. So yeah, I think there's more to come for sure.
It definitely is giving a little bit like newspaper-ish.
Yeah, that was always the vibe like with the first Rep drop. So
I'm going to have to go with fetch. This is fetch.
Yeah.
I agree.
So I'm just looking at like the merch itself. I wanted to compare because that shirt for on the Rep shop.
Which one?
So she has a t-shirt, Taylor Swift the Eras Tour Reputation album t-shirt. Like it's just, I feel like it's random that she has like an Eras Tour t-shirt with like this Rep concert pics. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I thought she had that for all of them.
She does have it for all of them, but now
she
does. It was a collection that came out that you could buy it for every single album.
Because I really wanted the Lover one. That's why.
But they took that out then because it's not.
Yeah, but what I was just gonna say is that I'm on the debut one and they don't have it for debut, so I don't know if that means that it's sold out or they purposefully like took it down. Is it on any of the other pages, Sammy?
Mm-mm.
Oh.
That's why I thought it was
Easter egg.
like, why keep it on, like, it's only on the rep page is what I'm saying. Like, why? I don't know.
Which says something because we know that it was all before. So going from all to only rep is a...
Right, exactly.
Oh, okay. Evermore has it still. Red does not have it anymore. You said Fearless doesn't have it?
No. I'm on Speak Now now.
Yeah, Speak Now would be the last one. And it doesn't. Interesting.
Random.
Yeah, no.
And
I think it's that they're sold out. Oh. I'm going to say Stretch.
It probably is. It makes sense that it would be. If Evermore has it, it's probably that they're sold out. That was a good theory, though, Sama.
Maybe it looked different, though, for rep.
No, I don't think they would change the shirt.
I don't remember it looking like that.
I remember it looking like that.
Because
that was the one that I wanted. That's why I remember it looking like that.
Okay.
Look, it's this one. It has to be like a sold out thing because extra small, and medium are sold out in it. So they're probably not restocking it because it was part of like a collection that they were dropping. I'm going to see how many sizes are left in the Evermore one.
Extra large.
That's the only one. Yeah, it's okay. Damn, so it's a stretch.
There we go.
We'll get him next time. But the website as a whole, I think it's totally fetch.
Yeah.
I agree.
Because they could have just gone back to Midnights, which is what they've been doing like on social media, taking all the stuff back to Midnights. So I don't know. We'll see. Only time will tell. So that about wraps up this week's episode of the T-So Sisters podcast. Before we log off, please remember to follow our podcast on your listening platform by clicking the plus button next to our show. Give us a rating. If you're watching us on YouTube, subscribe to our channel, like this video, leave us a comment, anything, a little emoji. We love it. Follow us on social media for live Taylor Swift news updates, to participate in our polls, to submit fetch or stretch options for us to review. You can find us on Instagram and TikTok at T-Swift Sisters Pod, or Twitter at T-Swift Sisters, or X, whatever you want to call it these days. Thank you for savoring this week's Swift Scoop. We hope you've had your fill of all things Taylor Swift, and we'll see you next week for a super exciting episode right here on the T-Swift Sisters podcast. Bye!